Alright, we're going to talk today about some of the features on the Speedrite fault finder. This tool enables a producer to check the voltage on a fence, as well as to identify if there's a fault with the fence structure. It has a single button. When you depress the button, there's an amperage reading that comes up on the bottom of the screen, and a voltage reading in the top corner. The post that runs through the unit is where the voltage reading is taken. So we want to hook that onto the fence as so, depress the button. The first number that's going to show up on the top right hand corner is the amperage reading from the last read. It will then switch over to the voltage that's currently on the fence. So we can see here there's 9.6 kilovolts or 9600 volts. There's no amps showing right now. That's because this is a fairly clean fence. As the fence structure increases, you may see some slight amperage loss, which is very normal with any fence structure. When we find a fault or when we see that the voltage is lower on the fence structure, we can hook up our fault finder, depress the button. It's now showing a 40 amp draw on the fence. Our voltage is down considerably. There's a directional arrow that shows up that actually helps us pinpoint the fault. Your first reading should be about 200 yards from the energizer itself, and you can work down the fence at 200 yard intervals, monitoring the amperage number as well as the voltage. When you come past the fault, the kilovolts or the voltage reading is the same, but the amperage now reads 0. That determines we've passed the fault, and you can go back to where your last reading was and work down the fence, because the fault will end up in between our last amperage reading and the current reading of 0. Once you remove the fault from the fence, when we press the button, the last amperage reading will show up in the right hand corner, and then again it will switch to the voltage that's currently on the fence. We had an amperage loss of 40, it's now 0, and it's showing 10,000 volts on the fence.